Have you ever stopped to think about what really separates the people who achieve success from those who give up halfway? Is the secret in luck, talent, or something much deeper? Imagine a situation where, even in the face of repeated failure, you keep moving forward without losing focus or hope. How is that possible? Today, we are going to explore the pillars of persistence and resilience, two qualities that can transform an obstacle into a springboard for success. And, more importantly, how these virtues can be cultivated in your own life. Stay with me until the end, because what we are about to discuss here could change the way you approach difficulties. Persistence is not just about continuing to try. It's about moving forward when everything around you seems to say otherwise. Many people believe that if things aren't working out, it's a sign they should change direction or give up. But the truth is that persistence is about finding solutions, adjusting strategies, and staying focused on your goals. Let's look at a classic example. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the electric light bulb. How many failures do you think he had before he succeeded? Thousands. And with every failure, he didn't see defeat, but rather a step closer to the solution. He knew that persistence was not about immediate success, but about not letting challenges shake you. Without it, he would have never changed the world as he did. Now, I ask you, have you ever given up on something important because you thought it wasn't for you? What would have happened if you had persisted just a little longer? The key to success is staying strong, especially when things get tough. While persistence is the attitude of continuing to try, resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficulties. In other words, it's the ability to rise after a fall, stronger and more determined. Imagine a bamboo that bends in the wind but never breaks. Resilience is like that flexibility. The ability to be flexible in the face of adversity while maintaining internal strength. Think of the Olympic athlete who trains for years, facing injuries, defeats, and extreme exhaustion. Every time he falls, he gets back up. Resilience is why he doesn't give up, no matter how difficult the path is. A famous example of this is basketball player Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school team. Instead of being crushed, he used the rejection as fuel to become one of the greatest players of all time. His resilience was the key not only to overcoming obstacles but to transforming them into lessons and growth. And you? When in your life have you felt discouraged, but something inside of you made you get back up and keep going? What did you learn from those struggles? Now that we understand what each of these qualities means individually, how do they interconnect and strengthen each other? Persistence allows you to continue the journey, but without resilience, every challenge can become unbearable. Let's use a metaphor. Imagine you are trying to climb a mountain. Persistence is the drive to take the first step, then the second, the third. But resilience is what allows you to keep climbing when fatigue sets in, when the rocks roll, and when the weather gets worse. Without this emotional recovery ability, you might simply give up halfway. The secret is understanding that these two qualities do not work in isolation. They must be cultivated together. How? With a growth-focused mindset. Instead of seeing each failure as a permanent roadblock, you view it as an opportunity to become stronger, smarter, and better prepared. Here's a question for you. When was the last time you felt discouraged but still held firm? And if you had developed more resilience at that moment, what would your life look like today? Developing these qualities is not something that happens overnight, but with some daily practices, It is possible. Let's look at some effective strategies. 1. Set realistic and long-term goals. Why is this important? When you set realistic and long-term goals, you create a map for your journey. This allows you to have a clear direction and avoid the feeling of being lost or purposeless. Resilient and persistent people know where they want to go and make strategic plans to reach that goal, even if the path is full of obstacles. This kind of planning helps maintain motivation, as goals provide a sense of purpose and a reason to keep going. How to apply this in your daily life? Break large goals into smaller steps. If your goal feels too distant or difficult, it can be demotivating. For example, if you want to become fluent in another language, just thinking, "I want to speak English fluently," isn't enough. Instead, break the goal down into clear steps. Today I'll learn 10 new words, or I'll take a conversation class once a week. Use realistic deadlines. When setting deadlines, be realistic about the time you have and the resources you can dedicate. This helps avoid frustration and gives you a sense of urgency to prevent procrastination. Revisit your goals regularly. It's not enough to set goals at the beginning of a project or year. Revisit your goals periodically to adjust them as new information and experiences arise. This prevents you from losing track or giving up because the goal feels too far away. When you have clear goals, you turn each challenge that arises into a necessary step to achieve that big goal, making adversity more manageable. 2. Focus on the process, not just the result. Why is this important? The true strength of someone persistent and resilient lies in how they handle mistakes, learning, and adjustments along the way. Focusing only on the outcome can lead to frustration, especially when things don't go as expected. The process is where real growth happens, where you learn new skills, develop perseverance, and find creative solutions to unexpected problems. How to apply this in your daily life? Celebrate small progress. Every step you take towards your goal should be celebrated, even if it seems small. When you focus on the process, you don't feel as much pressure to achieve the final goal, which allows you to enjoy the journey more. Adopt a growth mindset. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, view them as learning opportunities. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This turns every mistake into a positive part of the process. Practice patience. Success rarely happens instantly. Constant practice and daily effort are essential. By focusing on the process, you're better prepared to handle the highs and lows of any journey. When you appreciate the process, the result becomes a natural consequence of your ongoing work, without the pressure that everything needs to happen immediately. 3. Surround yourself with support. Why is this important? No one reaches success alone. The support of others, whether in tough times or as a source of motivation, can be crucial for your perseverance. Resilience is strengthened through connection with others, who can offer not only advice and ideas but also the emotional support needed to keep moving forward, even when times are tough. How to apply this in your daily life? Build a support network. This can include friends, family, colleagues, or even mentors. Connect with people who share your values and goals. They will be your sources of motivation, practical advice, and even live examples of resilience. Join groups or communities. Whether in person or online, engage with groups that have similar interests or goals. This creates a safe space to share struggles, exchange experiences, and support one another. Seek mentors. Having a mentor who has already walked the path you are on can make a big difference. Mentors can help you avoid common mistakes, offer new perspectives, and most importantly, help you stay focused and motivated when things get tough. Remember, being surrounded by people who encourage your growth makes the journey much more bearable and full of learning. 4. Practice self-compassion. Why is this important? We are often our own worst critics. When facing difficulties or failure, our tendency may be to judge ourselves harshly. This can weaken our resilience and prevent us from moving forward. Self-compassion is the ability to be kind to yourself during difficult times. It allows you to recover more quickly from setbacks without losing focus or motivation. How to apply this in your daily life? Talk to yourself as you would to a friend. When you make a mistake or face a failure, instead of criticizing yourself, imagine you're talking to a close friend. What would you say to them? Likely words of support and encouragement, right? Do the same for yourself. Accept your humanity. We all make mistakes. Understanding that perfection is not the goal is key. Accept that mistakes are part of the learning process and don't define your worth or ability. Practice self-care. Taking time to care for your mental and physical health is essential for maintaining resilience. Meditate, exercise, get enough sleep, and allow yourself moments of rest. Being kind to yourself doesn't mean being permissive with mistakes, but rather allowing yourself to learn from them without losing self-love. 5. Accept that failures are part of the process. Why is this important? Avoiding failure is one of the biggest enemies of progress. Failure is not the end of the road, but rather a natural part of the journey towards success. By accepting that failure is part of the growth process, you reduce the pressure and create room for innovation and learning. How to apply this in your daily life? Reflect on failures constructively. Instead of blaming yourself, ask what you can learn from the experience. What were the factors that led to the failure? And how can you adjust your approach next time? Change your perception of failure. See failure as a learning tool, not a final sentence. Many of the world's greatest entrepreneurs and innovators failed multiple times before achieving success. Give yourself permission to fail. Don't be afraid to try something new out of fear of failing. Every failed attempt is an opportunity to refine your skills and improve your strategy. By accepting failure, you open doors for continuous evolution, becoming stronger and better prepared for future challenges. These practices, when consistently applied, have the power to transform your mindset and ability to persist in the face of adversity. They help build a solid foundation so that you don't just survive life's challenges but grow with them. Now, how about practicing some of these strategies in your own life? How about committing to not give up the next time you face a challenge? Persistence and resilience are the keys that can unlock your potential, even when circumstances seem discouraging. They don't guarantee an easy journey, but they do promise a stronger, wiser, and above all, more transformative journey. By cultivating these qualities, you don't just overcome obstacles, you find opportunities along the way. So, here's the challenge. Where can you apply persistence and resilience in your life right now? What's the next step you can take to turn a challenge into an opportunity? I'd love to hear about your experience, so feel free to share in the comments. And if you found this content valuable, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Change begins with you, and I'll be here to accompany your journey.